There. Okay. Hello, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Alif.
And my name is Muhammad Hussabi bin Al-Subani.
Okay. Today, we are from College Unity. We have an assignment. This is our assignment to make an interview about their agency. So today we will go to their agency. Every agencies that related with halal to make an interview.
And they will explain to you about agencies, the agency, the edition, mission or function.
Go. Enjoy.
Today I want to talk about MPC, Malaysia Productivity Corporation. Okay, MPC was established over 40 years ago and has subsequently been training provided in the field of management system and advisory service to public and private sectors. Ever since, the focus of MPC has expanded as a provider of research services and systems development services in the early 1990s. Okay. In 1995, MPC started to focus on the productivity and the uplifting of industrial efficiency, and later in 2000, benchmarking and sharing best practice. Currently, the main focus of MPC is to become the driver of productivity growth and high impact innovation. The shift and development towards this focus is aligned with the industrial needs, which have changed in line with the economy, social and information technology development. In the 10th Malaysia Plan, the Malaysia Productivity Corporation MPC is mandated to review those regulations affecting the conduct of business in Malaysia with the view to modernize business regulations. Okay. So is the vision of department. The leading organization in productivity enhancement for global competitiveness and innovation. The mission of department to deliver high impact services towards achieving performance excellence through innovation for the betterment of life. The main objective. There are three objectives that state in the department. Firstly, the main objectives of Malaysia Productivity Corporation (MPC) are providing value-added information on productivity, quality, competitiveness, and best practice through research database. I repeat, value-added information on productivity, quality, competitiveness, and best practice. Number two is developing human capital and organizational excellence for building a knowledge-based society through training, systems development, and best practice, and nurturing innovative and creative culture through P&Q promotion and partnership programs. Number three, conducting review on regulation and promotion good regulatory practice to create a more competitive business environment. In accordance with the provisions under Section 7 of the Act, the function of the corporation are as follows. Number one, to lead in the promotion and dissemination of productivity-related information and issues. Number two is this department to establish an information and reference center for productivity indicators for the country and for management systems and case studies. Number three, to generate local expertise in the field of productivity, quality management, and entrepreneurship. That's all for my sharing. A little bit of Malaysia Productivity Corporation (MPC). Thank you.
Thank you.
About MIDA. The Malaysia Investment Development Authority, called as MIDA, is the government principal agency for the promotion of the manufacturing and service sector in Malaysia. Incorporated as a statutory body under the Malaysia Industry Development Authority (MIDA) Act, the establishment of MIDA in 1967 was hailed by the World Bank as the necessary impetus for purposeful, positive and coordinated promotion action. From Malaysia Industry Development, today MIDA is Malaysia cutting edge, dynamic and pioneering force in opening pathways to new frontiers around the globe. MIDA also evaluates the following application for projects in the manufacturing and its related service sector. First, manufacturing license. Second, tax incentive. Third, expatriate post. Fourth, duty exemption on raw material and components.
Our mission and vision. Vision is the best partner to investor. This distinguished by the integrity and professionalism of its people. Mission to ensure Malaysia achieves its goal in economic transformation and its aspiration of a developed nation by 2020. Objective to promote foreign and local investment in the manufacturing and service sector.
This is MIDA's function. Firstly, to promote foreigner and local investment in the manufacturing and service sector. Second, to undertake planning for industrial development in Malaysia. Third, to recommend policies and strategies on industrial promotion and development to the Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Thank you.
Stay hard.
That's all from MIDA Company.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah for giving us life, happy to stay to life in the world. Okay, firstly I want to thank to students from College Unity.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. For come to our this department to know a little bit about economic planning unit, or in short form we call it EPU.
Yes.
Okay. Today we will explain it about economic planning unit a little bit from you all to know that it is important in this Malaysia country. You know, it will help us to improve in our finance, in the to okay for finance. Okay, first economic planning unit, there is a term that I and him will explain to you. First, vision and mission will be explained by Encik Aiman Baharudin.
Okay, I would like to explain about vision and mission economic planning unit. First, vision. Vision, we are determined to remain the center of excellence in planning of the nation, economic toward achieving Vision 2020. And mission to manage the country's social economy, development in strategic and sustainable management.
Okay, thank you Encik Aiman. Okay, because the time so jealous from us, I will tell a little bit points about objective and function. Okay, firstly, the objective of economic planning unit. First, comprehensive planning through formulation, effective policy. And second, development program through outcome-based approach. Okay, understand? And third, in economic planning unit, we will maximize the usage of finance resources through effective distribution of allocation. Okay, that's 3 points that I will give to you. This is about their objective of economic planning unit. Okay, and the last one is function. In function, there is 4 types. First function is planning. Second is resources allocation. Third one is monitoring, and lastly stakeholder facilitation. Okay, first about planning, there is a society. Economic planning unit will research and analyze this about society in this Malaysia country. Okay, that is for planning. And second is for resource allocation. Resource allocation, economic planning unit, or in short form we call it EPU, will be planned to budget the management and project evaluation to saving this resource. Okay, and third one is monitoring. Monitoring, there is a 3 type of monitoring. First, national program monitoring. Second, initiative monitoring, and the last one, project monitoring. This one is really important in this economic planning unit to save the budget of the Malaysia country. Okay, the last one, stakeholder facilitation. Okay, there is some government, some agency that involved in this stakeholder facilitation, such as National Development Planning Committee and Economic Council. This agency will give feedback about our activity in this Malaysia. Okay, that's all today about I will tell you about economic planning unit. Okay, you all understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
your coming to us in economic planning unit department. Okay.
Thank you.
About the Royal Malaysia Custom Department, Jabatan Custom Diraja, abbreviated RMC or JKDM, is the government agency responsible for administrating the nation indirect tax policy, border enforcement, and narcotic offence. In other words, KDRM ministers 7 men and 39 subsidiaries laws. Apart from this, KDRM implements 18 laws for other government agencies. KDRM is now known as JKDM, Jabatan Custom Diraja Malaysia, JKDM. When Datuk Sri Haji Ibrahim bin Jaafar take over as Director General of Custom in 2009. Royal Malaysian Custom, our vision, a world class custom administration. Okay. That's our vision. So for our mission is collect revenue and provide trade facilitation through enforcement of and compliance with applicable law to spur economic growth, maintain national security and public welfare. Okay. That is I just talk about mission and mission. So Our objective is to implement policies related to industry, import, export, and border control established by the department and the government. Second, to establish procedure related to industry, import, export, and border control which is in line with the stipulated policies of the department and the government. Third, to study and review policy and or procedure concerned for enhancement and simplification to ensure predictability in its implementation. That is the objective of Royal Commission Custom. Okay, I like to tell you about the function of this department. The Custom Division is headquarters of the Royal Malaysian Custom Department. Is headed by a Director of Custom Grade VU7, who is assisted by 2 Deputy Directors of Custom Grade W54. These divisions consist of 2 branches and 11 units. The 2 branches and the respective units are as follows. First, trade facilitation and industry branch. Second, import export border control branch. Okay, the first one, the trade facilitation and industry branch, warehousing management and control units, facilities and incentive management and control units, licensing database management units, free industrial and commercial zone management and control units, license manufacturing, warehouse management and control unit. That is the trade facilitation and industry branch. Okay. The second one, the import, export and border control unit, border control branch. Sorry. Import management and enforcement units. The second one, import, export and border control branch. The first one is the trade facilitation and industry branch. The second one is import, export and border control branch. The first, import management and enforcement unit. Second, export management and enforcement unit. Duty-free island, duty-free shop management and enforcement units, travelers border management and enforcement units, taxation, policies and analysis units, inter-agencies commitment units. That is the function of the Royal Malaysian Custom. So just now I just told you all about the Royal Malaysian Custom mission, objective and the function. So I hope that's all for today, and thank you for come to my office, and thank you. That's all for today. Sorry. Is it done?
Yes. That's it. So done for today. Yeah, we just get you about their objective, their function, their mission and vision. Yeah. So I hope you all got that information. You hope so?
Yes, I hope so. Very, very I hope. And good luck for your exam. Good luck for your final exam.
Good luck. Don't cheating on the exam. Okay? Okay. So that's all for today. I'm Alif.
And I'm Muhammad Asiful bin Ahmad Islami.
Thank you. Gotta go. Alright. You drive.